Good morning, everyone. So today is Wednesday, the day that we call Wednesday, the date that we call the 29th, in the year that we call 2025, in the month that we call October. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all having a beautiful morning. It is about 6:35 or 6:37 here right now, Eastern Standard Time. I'm a little late to the party this morning. Not too bad, but a little late. I hope that you're all having a beautiful morning. Don't follow any links in the email. Don't follow any links or emails in the comment section of the channel from anyone soliciting you for anything. Those would be scammers. Don't do it. Don't fall victim to scams. You should always be really careful with links and emails. Be careful what emails you open, follow. Don't just answer suspicious emails. Don't just answer suspicious texts. Don't just click on links that a text might send you or an email might send you. Just be very careful. They're always figuring out new and inventive ways to hack into people's computer systems and then, wipe them out. So don't fall victim to scams. Be very, very aware and on top of that all the time, you guys. All right, so the healing intentions have been set, obviously. They always are. This morning, I set a pretty intense healing designed to help lift everybody's vibrations quite a bit, connect mind, spirit, body, heal the mind, move the emotions, expand the spirit and the energetic field. In the hopes that if you all want that and you choose, and you so choose to just breathe that in and integrate that to create for your highest and greatest good only and always, that it may help with some of this energy that's coming in that you're all experiencing right now, that we're all experiencing right now, so that it'll just ease the transition and help you integrate it a little easier, a little smoother. Oh, look at that. I just made a wicked mess, you guys. A little easier, a little smoother, so that, you don't feel uncomfortable with the energies coming in. And that you just integrate it in the easiest way for your body to do that. All right, so if you want that, and you so choose, maybe I got these straightened back out, maybe not. If you want that and you so choose, go ahead. Always decree things for your highest and greatest good. It's always good to set your intentions and make your decrees, right? It's good to be in the habit of that. They took people away from that to take people out of their own power a long time ago by not teaching these things. So be intentional, set your decrees. Always make sure that you're decreeing things for your highest and greatest good only and always. And, sometimes your highest and greatest good isn't comfortable. And we get put through our paces to make us better. So we'll get broken down sometimes to make us better. But in this case, you can always say, I decree this for my highest and greatest good and for the most harmonious and for the most harmonious way that my body can integrate this energy so that I remain comfortable. I mean, say it in your own words, but set your decrees that you would like to integrate the new energies coming in and this healing in a way that keeps your body physically comfortable and that it's harmonious and smooth. And you can set those decrees for this healing. You can set those decrees for any healing. You can set those decrees for all of this energy coming in. And your teams, your highest self, your spiritual team, will all help you in integrating the energy in a way that your body can more easily integrate it and adapt to it. It's just getting in the habit of setting your decrees and making your intentions known and standing in your power and knowing that you have the power to do these things. All right, you guys. So yesterday we looked at the energies coming in on October 30th, and we asked them if they would like to talk more on these energies today, and they said yes. So let's get the cards shuffled up really well, and let's take a look at what they would like to continue on with the messages. Now, I asked you folks yesterday if you knew anything about any weather patterns, because it did look with those swords, with that 10 of swords, that there might be some talk of some bad weather. Air, right? Air, basically. Because swords are moved by air. And some of you said that you did see or had heard of some hurricanes. Now, remember that underneath that, it gave us the Three of Rods, and in the Deviant Moon deck, that's a really beautiful card. And it's of a woman who is standing there with a pregnant belly, in case you forget, and she has an umbilical cord that's literally coming out to her fully bloomed rods, and there's 3 of them saying rejoice. And because I'm not a traditional reader, but I'm an intuitive reader, and I read as far as what these cards mean to me, that card particularly means that we have the ability, right? We're feeding our journey, our physical journey on the earth, our rods that are bloomed, that are all bloomed with earthly abundance. We're literally feeding our journey through our umbilical cord, through our belly. So for me, that means heal it, right? So we have the power to heal this world. And it was saying in that last message not to get caught up in the 10 of swords, which would be the weather patterns that maybe were being talked about. Don't focus on that, it was saying. It was saying to heal it. So we were basically being asked by the universe, for those of us that want to participate in that, the message was put out there for us to all participate in healing what was directly above us, which was that 10 of swords. Don't focus on the negative, right? That can bite us because we can manifest that, right? We can manifest that. But to focus on healing it and nurturing this journey here. So we were being asked by the universe to help heal whatever it is that we've been hearing that's coming down the pike via the air. Also, don't forget, with that card, swords represent technology as well. So, we can project and we can heal that on a very high vibrational day. We can project and see all of our equipment still functioning just right and not having any interferences. So we can all do that as well. Although I think most people will be okay if they don't have their computer or their Rumble or their YouTube or their whatever for the day. Even if you can't do your banking for the day or whatever, you'll survive it, right? But the weather patterns are what I'm really focusing on. But I am putting the energy out there that everything runs smoothly technologically as well. All right, you guys. So with all of that being said, let's pull a 7-card spread. Please and thank you. A pathway, a story. All of that the universe wants to say to us as we continue on with messages of the new energies that are coming in. All right, so first we want to, I'm just going to reiterate this. Please know that we are connecting to our Creator, that which loves all in creation, created all in creation. Our God of the Most High, right? Please know that I am connecting with my highest self, which is directly connected with my Creator and the universal energy. I am asking my spiritual team to help me in the communication of the information coming through via our Creator and our highest selves. I say ours because I might be doing the reading, but honestly, for anybody that's tuning in, how energy works is that your team, your highest self, know that this is something that you're going to be doing. So we're all sort of participating in this together. Do you know what I mean? The illusion of separateness is merely that. It's an illusion. So for anybody that finds this video or has found any one of my videos, in that moment, their highest self and their spiritual team, here to guide them, help them, heal them, enlighten them, help them energetically on this journey that we call life, has all come together to bring them to this, to that video or whatever, because there's something in it that can, somehow they can benefit from it. So we're all working together in that way. Do you see what I'm saying? So all of your teams are right there with us, with my team, while we do this reading, to bring this message to all of us, for all of our benefits. Somehow we'll benefit from it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? I hope so. So, yeah, the illusion of separateness is merely that. It's an illusion. This is something we're all doing together because there's something in it for all of us. Okay? All right. So, Lukey Duke, my baby. It looks like he's got to go out. I'm going to pause you guys real quick. All right, you guys, I'm back. He had to pee. He had to pee really bad. Now he's up there having his little bone. All right. So, yeah, let's get a 7-card spread for them to continue whatever it is, whatever other message they want to talk to us about as far as the energies of October 30th. Please and thank you. Obviously, only love is welcome here. Obviously, only truth is welcome here. Only that which has our highest and greatest good for intentions, only and always is welcome here. So, all right. Please and thank you. Go ahead and continue the story you said you would like to continue talking today around the energies that are going to be at their strongest, at their peak. On October the 30th. And I mean, I'm not sure, I haven't really looked into it, you guys, but obviously there are places that, for me today in the States, it's the 29th, and, you know, we're moving into almost 7 a.m. For other people, they're just getting up and it's already the 30th. And, you know, I'm sure everybody's already experiencing the energies, right? As things approach, the energies building, building, building. So just remember the grounding, the spiritual grounding practices, the drinking of water, the allowing the rest, in using and incorporating some crystals if you want, earthing, you know, take really good care of yourself, allow, prana breathing, all of these things can help, okay? All right, so now we'll start this with one card. So please and thank you. We'll start with one card as sort of the way you want to begin things, and then we will do a 7-card spread. So first we'll get one card, one more shuffle, then we'll cut them. I'll get one card from the universe here, please and thank you, to begin what they want to say around the energies coming in. Temperance. Now you know what that means. That means taking something that already is, alchemizing it and making it better. Okay? Now we'll shuffle them up a little bit more, and we will get the 7-card spread. And then I'm going to have to rearrange how you're viewing this, because I'm sure that I'm going to, because I can never get it the same 2 days in a row. You guys know that. That's how it is. All right. I sit in the same spot, but I don't know why I can't do the angle right. I don't know. All right, so let's get that 7-card spread now. That shows a pathway. And I'll just arrange things after. After I lay the cards. So that we can best see them. Alrighty. Let me take a look what that looks like over there on your end of things. You can move that up. You can bring this back a little bit. Can get a sip of my coffee. It looks super dark this morning, but I'll pick them all up and I'll show them to you. All right, so I think I can move those up a little bit. Okay. Uh-oh. Gunshots are going off. It's okay, buddy. My dog hates that. It's okay, buddy. Come here. Come by mama. So, it's all right, bud. All right, so the first card that they wanted to give us, you guys, was Temperance. He is pretty upset. I'm going to pause you guys again. And I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to get him a treat. And I'm going to turn on some music up there for him so that it hopefully drowns out some of the noise from the gunshots. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Well, I just paused you. It's only taken... You don't even feel like I'm gone. I've got sacred sounds up there playing for him. It sounds like a waterfall and music in the background. And if that picks up and you guys hear it and you find it disturbing, I'm sorry, but got to take care of my baby. He needs to be taken care of. It's actually very nice. It sounds very nice, I think. All right, so let's start out with Temperance. So they want to talk about the energy. This is the continuation of the story. They want to talk about the energy. So we have Temperance. That is over time taking something that already is and alchemizing it and making it better. Even better, right? So, you know, water into wine or however you want to look at it, right? Something is becoming better, but it's over time. So this is what's been going on with this energy. They want us to know that this energy that they're talking about today is taking something that is and it's creating something that's even better. So the vibrations of the earth already are now becoming even better, or our frequencies that we're carrying will become even better with this, all right? So we're going to start the reading with the pathway. So this is what we want to look at as they're talking about this energy for the 30th. We want to look at it in terms of taking something that already is with Temperance and making it even better. All right, so the pathway, the energy that's driving this is light coming in. This is the Tower. And again, it's the Deviant Moon deck I've been using. I've been using that a lot lately because I just feel like it matches the energy pretty well right now. So I'm sorry it's dark, but this is the Tower. And with this card, it's a higher arcana card, big picture, right? So you have something that's up above and it's breaking down the tower. So it's creating a breakdown of what is, right? From a higher perspective. And in this case, there's light coming down onto the tower and it's breaking the tower down. Okay? So this energy that's coming in, or that has been coming in, because it's not just going to enter all of a sudden on the 30th. This has been an energetic change, building, right? That's how energy works. So this energy that's coming in, you guys, is coming in from above right now, and it's breaking down. It's going to be breaking down old paradigms. The reason why I say that is because right above that we have the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, swords are and this is lower arcana, so old paradigms within just the ordinary people, okay? Because the King is a lower arcana card, and the swords represent the mind, the ego, right? Words, thoughts, also technology. So in regards to this reading here, this energy coming in is going to kind of hit us in the top, the crown, right? Come in through the crown above and integrate in. It may be really uncomfortable for people. People are probably already feeling the discomfort with this card, even though I know you can't see it. They're already jumping ship. You know what I mean? So having a struggling. So give people some grace if they're being emotionally triggered and things like that. Just give people a little grace. Pay no attention to it. It's them, not you. Just kind of pay no attention. Don't let their actions affect you, okay? But this energy is coming in from above, breaking down old paradigms, making people a bit antsy. And some people will jump ship. So what I mean by that in the ways to look at this is that this energy may be too much for people. People came in saying, yeah, I'll do this journey right up until this point. And so you may see some loved ones cross over because they said they would only come in until this point and then they were going to leave, right? So anyways, it's breaking down the paradigms from up top, from our crown section, within just us ordinary people. So opening that crown, it's going to clear people of old paradigms that weren't really working for them. Those old structures that weren't working, the old thought processes that weren't working. Open their crown to possible downloads, a great awakening. Above that, you have the Hierophant, you guys. So the Hierophant is, this is great change with that number 5 through some chaos. So as you can see in this Tower card, it's like a crumbling of, okay? Some people will jump ship because they didn't agree to stay past this point. These types of things are kind of karmic, you know what I mean? It's going to open people's crowns and it's going to open people's faith, but it's going to do that with this Hierophant through some chaos. And we see the chaos in the Tower, okay? So that means people that may have been clinging very tightly to their old thought patterns or whatever, you could see emotional breakdowns. This is all part of a great shift, right? Where God will often break us to make us. That's just how it is. So we may see some of that, you guys, because this is pretty powerful energy. It's going to awaken consciousness. So we may see some emotional breakdowns. But through that, we're going to see people kind of rising into a more faith base than maybe necessarily they already were. Maybe some people have been atheists and their crowns are going to open up and they're going to all of a sudden have a change of heart and mind and be seeking information and just be feeling that there's something more and turning more to the spiritual aspects of things. Maybe people that have been pretty spiritual but in their thoughts or whatever, but have always questioned, maybe they'll become more strengthened during this time. But it's going to have an impact. Now think about things when they happen. Generally, the energies of things will stick around, right? It's not like the energy is going to come in all at once and leave all at once, you guys. So it's been coming in slowly. It's going to peak on the 30th, they're telling us. And that energy is going to stick around for a while, like sometimes 3 to 6 months. So over the next 3 to 6 months, you may see a big change in people, right? Okay, so let's broaden out from there now that we've gone through this pathway here of the light is coming in, opening the crowns, people's old ideologies are going to be broken down. They may experience a lot of discomfort, but it's all meant to bring them back to their faith, right? Bring them through the chaos. It brings them to a higher state of being with that Hierophant. It takes them and helps make them even better through temperance, right? So even though it's going to be a little uncomfortable, through temperance, they're going to become better eventually for it, if they decide to stick around for it. So we come up from the tower, that coming down, that light coming down from above, crumbling those old paradigms. And then we have this 9 that starts this particular story. So the 9 always ends cycles, but this is swords and they're sideways. So they're untruths, right? They're things that are designed to keep people worrying, fretting, uncomfortable, and anxious. So with this card, you have the intuition, the little cat who's practically dead there on the bed, just not being used, because people are allowing thoughts to be whispered in their ear. They're hearing thoughts and whatnot that aren't true. And they're experiencing high anxiety and sleepless nights over it. So through this shifting that this tower is bringing, and temperance, what temperance is doing, these old ideologies and the old way of listening to the ego mind or to the things that are whispering things to keep you uncomfortable. This opening that's going to be happening with the crown when you've got this king is going to end these cycles. So that's a 9. So it's going to end the cycle of worry, fret, fear in a way, because people's crowns will open and they'll start being more, they'll start getting divine information. And it may take them a while to learn how to integrate that and how to make sense of it and whatnot, but it will bring people more out of this vulnerability. The more open their crowns are, it'll bring them out of the vulnerability to listen to the lies, right? That's why I'm always saying with you folks, we have to be very discerning, right? It's a time of great discernment. Be very discerning. Go within, tap in, receive your information from the divine rather than what they're going to show us here, the TV or the back channels or the this or the that many of them are pushing the fear porn because it gets them likes and clicks. It gets the mind to put off endorphins, and it gets the body a rush, and it's very addictive, and people can't seem to stay away from it, even though it's not good for them. And people fall victim to believe in it rather than tapping in, right? So with this shift, it's going to help with humanity being able to open up that crown and be a little more discerning. It's going to help them step out of this fear space, get more into their intuition, because their crowns are going to be opening. And that really is where we get our divine information. So their crowns are going to be more open, which will help them awaken their intuition. So this cycle of like listening to all of the fear and allowing it to control you, part of what this energy is doing, you guys, is ending that, because it's going to open up the crown and it's going to help more and more people tap in. And so it literally is, it's ending that cycle with this 10 of rods. I mean, with this 10 of rods in this deck, we have the 9, which is bringing a cycle to an end. And then we have the 10 directly above it, which ends it completely. In this card, there's no life in those rods. That's our physical journey. Like the way that people have done things by tuning into the news and listening to the fear and listening to the chaos and listening to all the bad news and all the horror stories, and then taking it in and sitting up in bed at night and worrying about it and fretting on it. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. It ruins people's physical journeys here. It disconnects them really from what's important. It makes them physically uncomfortable. It does not work, right? So part of this new awakening, this new energy coming in, is really going to help people move into their intuition and end this old cycle of being vulnerable to lies and bullshit. Now, that's going to happen through the opening of the crown. That will make a lot of people uncomfortable. When people's psychic gifts start to open up and they've never had any, they may feel crazy. When they start pulling in energy that they've never used or utilized before, you know, it can be really uncomfortable, you guys. Like physical jitters, hot flashes, sick to your stomach, flu-like symptoms, cold-like symptoms, really bad headaches. All of a sudden you're getting messages or downloads from the divine. You think you're going freaking nuts. Sleep patterns get thrown off. People find themselves not sleeping. They have very vivid dreams or prophetic dreams, or they find at night when they should be sleeping, they're actually in the in-between. They know they're in bed and they know they're sleeping, and they're very aware of what they're seeing in that in-between space, and they know it's not a dream, it's not a vivid dream. They know they're experiencing something with their soul. Their conscious mind gets very involved and is very uncomfortable and makes them very uncomfortable in the experience instead of just being able to experience the message, right? And it all becomes very scary, and then they come back in and they wake up and they're very anxious. There's a lot of stuff that can happen that makes people super uncomfortable. And that's part of the Great Awakening. That's part of your psychic gifts opening up. That's part of holding more light than your body is accustomed to holding. It's part of the process. So people may struggle, you guys. Just keep that in mind. And, you know, you may struggle. Maybe your psychic gift has been only the ability to hear, and you're very accustomed with hearing your messages, or maybe your abilities have been like clear knowing, but you've never heard any voices and you've never seen anything. And now all of a sudden you've got psychic gifts that are opening up that you've never utilized or worked with. And you might see something with your third eye that your ego mind has been trained to believe, if it looks scary, it must be bad. And you may freak out, but we've got to move the ego mind aside and understand that not everything that glitters is gold, right? So just because something's beautiful doesn't make it wonderful. And not everything that you've been trained to think is a monster is actually a monster. So there's a, you know, and as you're receiving visions or as you're hearing things and you've never experienced that before, that could make you uncomfortable. Or maybe you've already had those things, but you've never experienced feeling other people's feelings or feeling the energy around you. Maybe you start to experience that as a gift. And that can make you uncomfortable until you start to really learn to work with it and see it as a blessing. So this discomfort could happen to anyone, okay? So just keep that in mind and keep up the spiritual work. Journaling can also help. Journaling is really good for us to do all the time. That's one of the reasons why they took writing out of the school, you guys. So it really gets the brain focused. You get into logical thought. You can discern. It helps ground information in. It's really a wonderful practice, and that's why they've wanted everybody to type on computers and whatnot. So know that this process is actually, it's taken us to a better place where we're not going to be so inclined because we're going to have those open crown chakras. We're going to expand our energy field. This is all leading us to a place where we're not going to be so easily fooled because we are going to be way more intuitive and tapping into that before we tap into the news and whatnot. So right across from this 9 of Swords, we have the 6. So this is my media card, you guys. And 6 is divine love. So this energy that's coming in from above is divine, right? And so like you look at this energy that's coming in from above, up here, that energy is coming in. It's hitting that crown. It's wiping out those lies. It's igniting the intuition to end a cycle that was absolutely not working for humanity. This energy is coming in from above with divine love, you guys, to pull people out of their trance. In this media card, these people all have the eyes of the hypnotized. So again, this is an awakening, and it's to pull people out of their trance, to clear their eyes. Why? Because it's open in the crown with this king. When the crown is open, that energy comes through, helps to clear out that third eye, helps to get people seeing clearly, right? This is all done with love and divinity, divine love. Okay, so this energy is really going to help to clear people from not only their old ideologies, like we have right here, but the hypnotizing of the things that have kept them stressed and down. And it's really going to help bring people into their sovereignty. Like, people are going to really become more in tune with their bodies, with the earth plane, with this 9 of Pentacles. That's all the earthly pleasures. People are going to become more in tune with the earth. And the animals, she's got a little pet here, more in tune with nature, and of course family. So this energy is an energy of divine love, and it's coming in to create an awakening of the crown chakra, which will really bring people into a state of connecting with intuition, wiping out the hypnotic state that they've been put in, seeing truth, knowing what isn't working, discerning lies, bringing them back into their faith. Because honestly, when your crown wakes up, there's no denying anything. It's that closing of that crown chakra, which is from our heart up, we begin connecting with the higher realms, the divine. So it's from our heart chakra that we begin to get into those higher frequencies, right? So the heart opens and expands and heals, and we're feeling more love and compassion for each other. When your crown is open and you're connected to the divine, it's really hard to be hateful. Our ego might come in and say, I would like to slap the shit right out of that person. But because our heart is connecting to the divine, you think it, and then you say, but that wouldn't feel good. You know what I mean? Your heart is speaking authentically from a place of authenticity, not from ego, right? So even though the ego will say these things, the heart quickly says, but we're not going to do that. That wouldn't feel good. And then we quickly have compassion. Like, that wouldn't be nice to do that. And we wouldn't want that done to us or somebody that we love. And it's really hard to be an asshole when you're connected to the divine. It shifts everything. It's really hard to be hateful. You can't be hateful if you're that connected, because you're filled with this love. You're filled with this compassion, and you're building a relationship with your most authentic self, which is spirit in essence. It's not your ego, which tells you that it's okay to, throw a fit and punch somebody, or, any of those bad behaviors. When you're really connected to the divine, those things just are not in alignment. Not that our ego won't say them from time to time, because we live on this 3D world, and we've developed behaviors and thought processes via the ego through our experiences to help keep us surviving. Like, you take a kid that's been brought up in the ghetto and, surrounded by gangs and had to be tough and fight. He's going to fight. That's survival. Is it honorable? To him, it probably is, right? But then you take that kid and you start to open up that crown chakra, and now he's got this fight going on within him between his heart and his mind, right? Because what he has to do for survival, or what he thinks he has to do for survival, doesn't align with what he's feeling in his heart. Is this making sense to you? So we're going to start seeing that. We're going to start seeing people struggling because they've created patterns and thought processes and survival skills to help them in this world. And now that divine love is coming in, it's going to kind of wash away the hypnotism. It will start opening up that crown, which brings that light all the way through. Once that heart starts opening, there comes this discomfort between what the ego wants you to do and what your heart feels is right. And until you start coming into alignment with that, it can be uncomfortable, you guys. Then we come up to our throat. The heart starts to open, and then the heart directly connects to your throat, you guys. And that's where you start speaking from a place of authenticity rather than the ego, right? So the ego might say, you have to put on this persona for everybody, and you have to tell everybody, that you're not afraid. You have to seem tough. You speak from never be vulnerable, maybe, right? And now all of a sudden, you're practicing being vulnerable, and that's uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to admit that you've been afraid, or that you've felt weak, or that you're, that you've done things that you're not proud of. But as that throat opens up and you become more and more authentic, you speak with authenticity rather than ego. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Then we come up, as we're integrating all of this light and this vibrational change, you'll come up into your third eye, right? So that third eye may start to clear. You may start seeing things. In small doses, maybe you just start to see shadows. The ego might tell you, oh, that's a black shadow, I'm scared, right? So we have to dip back into our heart, connect that heart and that mind. Just because something looks a particular way that the ego mind has told you is bad, like, oh, dark is bad, doesn't necessarily mean it's so. So you want to dip into that intuition so you can feel your way through the energy. It's like I said, not everything that your ego will tell you looks scary is actually bad. And not everything that your ego will tell you looks beautiful is actually wonderful. And there becomes this whole discernment process where you learn truth, authentic truth, not from the stories that the ego will tell you. Am I making sense? And then that crown opens up and you're pulling a lot of light. And the body goes through quite literally physical changes. People may start saying, wow, you look like you're glowing. Oh my goodness, I've never seen you look so good. Things like that, because the body actually starts exhibiting the light. And messages come in. So you might now all of a sudden have clear knowing. Or you start paying attention to the way your body responds with particular news. And you know, because your whole body is now in alignment with your essence, if you've done your lower chakra work, and the body just recognizes truth and will give you signals if you're hearing truth from lies. Now, as this energy comes into the entire body, it will bring up issues that haven't been addressed. So if you have been holding energy in your root from sexual abuse or abuse, from any type of I'm not safe issues, from any type of I'm in lack issues, money issues, that's your safety, that's your courage. You're going to start experiencing things, bringing that up to force you into healing it, right? If you have always said, I'm not creative, I don't know who I am, I don't even know who I am, your identity is going to start really coming up so that you start to become more authentic and figure out who you are. You're not who your ego wants to tell you you are. That's not who you are, right? So there may be some issues that come up in that sacral chakra. Or, that inner child at that solar plexus where that inner child is screaming and just an emotional wreck. And that's what I said, could be some nervous breakdowns or some emotional fits. And there's a lot that can happen with people during a great awakening process like this. We had a huge great awakening process in 2012. And a lot of people did have absolute total emotional breakdowns as they purged those energies to get them ready for this next phase in their life where they were going to be more spiritual and more in alignment. 2012 was a big year for this. So we're going to see this again this year, and it's going to bring people into their most authentic self, right? The good news is there's a lot of people that have already gone through periods of enough discomfort so that they can share information and knowledge and tools to help others get through it. We can all come together and send energy into the earth and outward like we always do, like we talk about here, with the intention of helping people through these times. But when you hear it's a great awakening and it's all blibbity blah, don't forget there's a breaking process that goes with that for those people that haven't yet been on the spiritual path, or for those people that have just started the spiritual path. This could be a lot of energy for them to integrate, and a lot of things can come up. By what I'm seeing here, there's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy. So we're going to take it to that mind body is going to be affected. So the ego, right? That emotional body is going to be affected, and that spiritual body will be affected. So let's try to hold grace for ourselves and others. Know that this energy can go on. Know that people can be uncomfortable. There's a lot to this. But the whole point of this is divine love. The whole point of this is that we are becoming better through this energy and this light. More connected with this Nine of Pentacles to the planet, to animals, to other creatures, to our families. We're ending the old cycle and we're beginning something new here on the earth plane that makes us a little more sovereign in our divinity. Okay? So, with that, did I show you guys that Nine of Pentacles? I think I showed you everything else. The Nine of Pentacles that's directly over the media card. That Hierophant, that Faith card that's directly over the King of Swords here. Yeah. All right. So, you know, I know that there's probably a lot of people on the media. Listen, I'm just going to say this again. There's a lot of fluffy people in spirituality, and they're not grounded. They're not grounded at all. They're nothing but fluff. It's all puppy dogs, roses, cotton candy and fun. They're all fluff. And they're not spiritually grounded. In my humble opinion, a lot of times they're absolute flakes. They say the flakiest shit, the most, they're not. You got to go deep, you guys. Practice the spiritual grounding. The deeper we go, the higher we can fly. We came here spiritual beings to incarnate into a physical vessel, to have a human experience and ground heaven into earth through us and experience the best of both, the earth and the heavens. And when we disconnect from being spiritually grounded, really grounded in, we get up here in the clouds and we're all fluff and bullshit. We make no sense. I mean, these people are so fluffy. Ugh. My town is full of them. Our little city is full of them. They started coming here years and years ago, you guys. And I was like, these people are so flaky. Like, they're not grounded in reality, and we're meant to be very grounded in reality. Your psychic information, your divine downloads will make sense if we stay well grounded. It also allows us to be very centered, and if we stay well spiritually grounded. And it allows us actually to grow even more spiritually. So these people that are all fluff up here, it's all cotton candy and bliss. I always say their heads are in one of two places, up their ass or in the clouds. Either way, it's not doing them any good. You got to be spiritually grounded to get the most. The deeper you go, the higher you can fly. So this is going to be it's uncomfortable for people, this type of growth. So if there's people out there saying to you, whoopee, everybody's going to wake up tomorrow and they're going to be these wonderful, enlightened, amazing human beings, they're going to have to go through their growing pains. With growth comes growing pains. So hold grace for people and know that this is a process over time as this divine energy comes in from above. See how that whole tower hasn't come down all at once? It's coming down. With temperance, it's alchemized. So this energy will come in, and then over time, what is will become better. But people will have to go through their growing pains. So you're going to want to do a lot of your own spiritual work at this time to help you through yours. And like, I do it every day because I love it. And I bet a lot of you guys do too, because you love it. And it's so much a part of who you are. So it will be easier for us because we're doing this work anyways. Like, it doesn't scare me a bit to do my shadow work. I love it. I love it because I feel better. I can look at my growth over the years, and I just love it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. So just step back and have grace for people, because people are going to have to go through their growing pains, okay? So, send that healing out, you guys. Stay in love, stay in joy, Send that, fill yourself with the, like I always say, fill yourself up, pull light. Fill yourself up full of love, the type of love that you would give your baby. You know, the type of love that you would give your little kitty or your dog, the most pure love that you can. Give it to yourself. Fill yourself up with that. Take yourself back to a time when you had this childhood joy that just felt so amazing. Fill yourself up with that joy. Envision yourself pulling that light down straight from source into your body and filling you chock full, filling you chock full after you've done your spiritual grounding, right? And your spiritual protection. Fill yourself so full of that. Then see yourself filling the earth with that from your heart chakra. See the earth becoming so full that it's now expanding out, and it expands out and out and out and out and out, and it's touching everything upon the earth, and it's going out into the ethers, and it's going on for infinity. And then see yourself filled back up with that again, and then re-spiritually ground before you finish. This is work that's really worthy, and it can help us. It helps us. It doesn't, it's not, it can, it does. It helps us. It helps us pull more light, hold more light. The more we do that, the more we expand, the more our body gets used to holding light, the more light our physical body can hold. So it helps us, but then we're also doing something to help the earth. And then we're doing something to help us again, which also helps the earth and everyone around us. And it becomes very symbiotic, and it just feels good. So this is a good practice for us to all keep in mind if we're doing this type of work, because people will need that extra grace, that extra love, that extra light, that extra soothing, calming, happiness, joy. And if you can share your spiritual tools with whoever, when someone comes along, share, because this is quite a journey. This is quite a journey, and it's amazing, and it's going to make us better over time. But don't think that it's all going to be cotton candy and, you know, rose gardens for everybody. It may feel like that to all of you because you've been doing this work, and as you build that energy and this energy comes in, it may not make you uncomfortable. You just feel like you've built and expanded more. But not everybody's going to have that pleasure. There's going to be growing pains with the growth. And I've been on here now nearly an hour, and I have to get ready because I do have a 9 a.m. appointment. So I have got to take a shower and get my act together here. So I need to end this. And I've been on here nearly an hour, but I've had to pause you a couple of times. So I've actually been spending, it's like going on 7:45 right now. 7:45 a.m. So I would like to know if I delivered this message to the best of my human abilities, and if you're satisfied with how I did deliver this, please and thank you. And then I'll ask if they want to talk on it more tomorrow with another card. But did I deliver this message to the best of my human abilities? Please and thank you. How have I done? Please and thank you. One more shuffle. We'll cut them. See what they say to me. The Chariot. The Chariot is a higher arcana card, so it's telling me that I did a good job. It's saying, yes, you did a pretty good job for being a human, Lorri. You did a pretty good job getting that message across for your human abilities. The secondary message in this is, you know, in order to move through these transitions smoothly, right? Because he's the Chariot. He's just now got two wheels, one big one and one small one out in the front. keep on your armor of God, you guys. So make sure that you do those protections and those groundings. Like I said, set your decrees on your free will and how you're accepting this energy, right? You have the power to say, I am accepting this energy in a way that is most conducive to my body and integrating it into my body in as smooth a transition as I possibly can. You know, you can state your decrees. We're far more powerful than we've ever been told. And that's just the truth. So with the 7, maybe continue to seek some information around energy. You know, maybe there's stuff out there that you don't know. Keep educating yourself. Keep putting on your armor of God in order to keep moving through this light transition smoothly, right? So keep doing your spiritual work. Share that spiritual work with other people. Keep seeking knowledge. Keep seeking tools. Keep seeking, you guys. Keep seeking. And, you know that you've got this as this transition happens, and know that it's moving along. This is exactly how it's meant, so it'll be moving along smoothly. You know, it's what's meant. So don't get caught up in the bumps that might be in the road with, don't get caught up in that. Stay focused on the journey, the smoothness of these transitions. Project that, manifest that. Okay, you guys? So now with all of that being said, I delivered that message very well. I'll ask them if there's anything more that they want to speak on as far as this energetic shift that we're all going through right now and the new energies coming in regarding October 30th. And I'm just going to ask them if they want me to read on it more tomorrow. And we'll see what we get. Okay, you guys? All right. So have we done a pretty good job giving information that's helpful to the people that can benefit from hearing it? And is there anything more that you would like me to read on tomorrow as far as the energy of October 30th is concerned? Please and thank you. And then we'll end it. And one more. Do you want me to read on this more tomorrow? The High Priestess says yes. Let's go ahead and read on this tomorrow. Reading on it tomorrow when the energy is at its highest might help bring in some comfort and some balance. So maybe while I'm on, I don't know, depending on what you guys say in the comments, let me know if you would like me to do, not just set the healing and get the healing going before I come on and start doing it. If you would like me to kind of walk you all through a guided healing that you can also envision, and a lifting of energy tomorrow while this energy is coming in full throttle. Let me know in the comments. If enough people say they would like that, we will do that. But definitely tomorrow we'll be tapped in again on this particular energy and this particular subject because of the discomfort that this energy could be bringing to people, okay? All right, you guys, so I love you all very much. I hope you found some value in this. I'm hopping off now. I'm going to hop in the shower, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Until then, stay high vibing. Keep doing what you're doing. re-listen to re-listen to yesterday's video if you need to hear me talking about that grounding, the spiritual grounding, so that you can incorporate that in. Tomorrow I'll take you all through a nice visualized healing. I'll get the energy going, and it'll just be programmed to always be taking place for the next maybe 48 hours or something. So if you need to go back and do it again, it will, and then you guys can just keep doing that on your own if you're interested. So just let me know in the comments. I love you all. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, bye.